What the game is in. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Someone tell the risk I was never at the end. I would never get the.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Seattle Seahawks and the New York Jets. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Yeah, let's get second. Jim. Check the backer. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the 25.
On second down now. It's Carson, and he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. If that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
It was Reggie Ragland who got him down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
You got it.
On third down. Carson, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his third touchdown now on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Darnold throwing right, and that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets 1st down.
At the 46-yard line. 15, Mike, 15. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't touch.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
Hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Darnold now to throw. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Darnold. That is caught by Anderson for a Jets touchdown. Robbie Anderson. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. And the QB rating right now is sky high. 4 for 4 on that opening drive, and it ends with a touchdown pass.
Yeah, I don't know quite how to figure it out. I think I need my friends from MIT to come in and help me. I think 158.3 is the number one.
Yep, that's
right. That's the highest you can get. That's where he is. He'd like to continue on that pace.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now. They have to feel great about their opportunity.
On 2nd down now, it's Carson, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Wilson. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. This offense converted once already in this 1st quarter. They're going to try it again here on 4th down. Here we go on 4th with Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. These two teams all tied after one. Two running plays, each lose a yard. They'll need to do much better now on 3rd and 12. Here's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They run forward with Carson. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Wilson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
A 1st down run for Bell, not going to get much, maybe a couple, and it's 2nd down. Jamar Taylor will be credited with a tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Darnold going to lead the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game.
Check 37. Check 37.
Here's Darnold. Open man is Robbie Anderson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Bobby Wagner in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And here we go on 4th. Darnold. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets.
Well, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play. But prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
step out.
Yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Jadeveon Clowney has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Bell. Sharp there with his feet. Gets him a little extra space. And then drop just inside the 20. They're back now to the original line of scrimmage thanks to that 8-yard gain. Third down now to follow. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. To throw is Darnold. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They should be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. Now it's Lockett. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So, in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. They'll roll him out right. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He can run for it. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So it should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Darnold. That one complete to Anderson. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there, and that'll make it 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Shit! Switch! Easy.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backward. And from their own end zone, it's a fake. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And that is no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You've got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan is showing you.
Darnold, and that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Darnold. Herndon hauls it in for the Jet touchdown. Chris Herndon, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
They run it with Carson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Second and 1. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Looking to throw. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
14 yards on the play. First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Darnold on first down, looking for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And this one is right down the middle. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down now 24-14. Work to do as they come up on a 1st and 10. A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They run again with Carson, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got Lockett, and they work this well upfield across the 45. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He'll try and run it. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game's slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, 2nd half, no quit in him.
0.
To throw is Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. P.J. Williams with a pick. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll run on 1st down. Bell. Three quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 35 on 2nd down. Darnold, he's going to float, and this is caught, and he's in. Touchdown, Jets. As his guys are in for 6, and the Jets will extend their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this, saying, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see, do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
2nd and 10 now. Wilson steps away to his left. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
Now Wilson out to his left. The ball comes out, and this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Dancing to his left. He's going to look deep, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Marcus May with a pick, and he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Jadavian Clowney there on the stop. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Bell. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Here's Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Returnable for Lockett. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's good. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. Well, they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. On 1st down, it's Bell. Room here to run. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
Darnold now to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. He's got daylight. 20, 10, and he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
They go for just 1 here as it's up and good, and that will get them 1 closer. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And now off to the races, down the right side, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. That kickoff return, 104 yards. And the Jets will extend their lead. It's been a back-and-forth game, a lot of points on the board, and that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's gone.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it, and as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming, and that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
And with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Forced out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Being chased out left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. And I don't know that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Now Bell stopped up behind the line as he's going to wind up losing a couple here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll run with Cannon. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Now Darnold. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down. But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right? Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal. From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. And this defense has been smothering all game long. Why not give them 2 more points here in the closing minutes? Well, they've certainly earned it. They've gotten the better of this offensive line for 4 quarters. And this sack here will just be a little icing on the cake. So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Taking it about the 16.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And barring mistakes, they should be able to kneel this one out and finish it off. And there's only 1 timeout remaining on the defensive side of the ball, so that doesn't really come into play either. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining.
Kill. Ready.
They go again with Cannon. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Back to Cannon again on 1st down. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That good for 19 and a 1st down. They'll run on first down with Cannon. Again, he finds an opener. There he goes right side. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Trenton Cannon, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Marr on for the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
Makes the score Jets 47, Seahawks 41.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that.
And now here is another interception. Carlton Davis picks it. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run on first down. It's Cannon. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
First and 10 at the 27.
Here's Cannon. Heck of a move, but only able to work his way down near the 23. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game.
On the Seahawks 24-yard line.
Red 80.
They'll run. This is Cannon. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.